She thought the worst was behind her. But just weeks after a life-changing surgery, Jessie J found herself back in a hospital bed, breathless, confused, and scared. What went wrong? Why does she say this is the most mentally exhausting chapter of her life? And how did a single photo spark a storm of concern across the internet? This isn't just about illness. It's about a woman who has been strong for far too long, finally reaching her breaking point. And what she revealed, in her own words, will leave you thinking about strength, motherhood, and what we never see behind the smiles of our favorite stars. Stay with us, because Jessie didn't just post a photo. She opened the door to a very real, very raw struggle most celebrities never share. And honestly, it's hard not to feel every word. Jessie J, singer, performer, mother, and fighter, has just revealed that she was rushed to hospital with fluid in her lungs. This comes only 6 weeks after undergoing major surgery for breast cancer, a diagnosis she had publicly confirmed earlier this summer. According to Jessie herself, the doctors were able to catch the cancer early, a bit of luck in a deeply unlucky situation. But what's followed since hasn't felt lucky at all. Taking to Instagram stories, Jessie shared a chilling update from her hospital bed, posting a close-up of an 4 cannula pierced into her hand. She wrote that she'd returned to the same ward where her surgery took place, unplanned, unprepared, and still searching for answers. At first, the symptoms were terrifying. Doctors even suspected a possible blood clot in her lungs. Thankfully, that wasn't the case. But instead, they discovered something else. A still unidentified infection, and fluid collecting in her lungs. Finding it hard to breathe in, she admitted. And in a decision that says everything about her grit, she discharged herself that very night. "I hate being in hospital," she wrote. Instead, she's continuing her tests and treatment as an outpatient. But here's where the story deepens. Because the battle Jessie is fighting isn't just physical. It's deeply mental. And she didn't shy away from admitting that. She confessed that the mental toll of recovery has been far harder than she ever expected, even more than the diagnosis itself. In her words, "The hardest part of this whole thing physically started the day I went into surgery. Recovery hasn't been quick. Or easy. And as a mom, it's been the most challenging time." And that's the part that struck a chord. Jessie is not just recovering, she's also raising a toddler, trying to hold on to her career, her body, and some sense of normalcy. And she's felt all of it slipping through her fingers. She admitted that she's had to pause her work after years of building her momentum again. "Frustrating," she said. "But it's life. I know that. It's rare, heartbreakingly rare, to see a public figure give this kind of unfiltered vulnerability." In another moment that almost reads like a diary entry, Jessie shared a thought that's hard to forget. "Getting the all clear doesn't make the recovery easier. My body and immune system said, sit down." And that, perhaps, is the core of her message. To slow down. To breathe. Even when it hurts. Toward the end of her post, Jessie allowed herself a moment of humor, talking about her wonky boobs and the bizarre experience of getting her post-surgery drain removed. "She whipped the thing out so quick, weirdest feeling. But so nice to have it out after 12 days. But beneath the laughs is something deeper, delayed grief." She confessed that she's just now starting to process what this cancer battle really meant, what she lost, what changed, and what she never got to say goodbye to. Even her old self. In her own words, "I didn't think beyond the surgery. I was just being strong. Well, now I'm here. Letting myself be angry. And sad. Just for a few days." And finally, perhaps the most sobering part, Jessie clarified that while she is healing, she's not entirely cancer-free yet. Her earlier posts were, as she put it, misunderstood. "I'm praying," she said, "but it's not all gone. This story isn't about a pop star in pain. It's about a woman facing reality, slower than she wanted, harder than she expected, but still facing it anyway." If you've ever tried to hold it all together when everything was falling apart, Jessie J's story might hit closer than you think.